What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Heart Attack Fishing. I am so excited to be back doing this. Y'all, it has literally been years since I've posted on this channel, and I'm just so pumped to be back here. Obviously, things have changed a lot since 2020. Yeah, 2020 was the last time I posted, so things have changed a lot. We are out here today. It is January, y'all. January, if I can keep the camera straight. I am currently down in Tennessee. We're gonna do a little shore fishing. This is a very deep filled in quarry, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to find any bass, but we're gonna give it one heck of a college try. And yeah, we're gonna see if we can catch some fish. So here we go. All right, so today we're throwing, I think it's either I don't know, 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce jackhammer with a little paddle tail swim bait that I make on there. So we're gonna just chuck it out there and see what we can find. There's a lot of wood. I don't know if you guys can see it or not in the water here. There we go. Went down logs and stuff and through here and down in there. Makes it kind of tricky the end of the cast here. Well, that's unfortunate. So, try to make a cast. Of course, without the camera on. And yeah, line snapped. So, guess we're gonna switch to plan B. Plan B is this 1/4 inch shaky head with a soft plastic fluke style jerk bait. So, we'll give this a go and see if we can find anything on this. Hopefully it doesn't break off. I'm actually gonna move down the shore here a little bit, so I'll be back with you in a moment. Not super familiar with this type of fishing, like with this bait. I've never really thrown this much before. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, think comments that I could do differently that might get me a little bit better hookup chances, feel free to comment them down below. I take all the help I can get. Well, maybe we should take this time, seeing as how we're not going to be taken away from the fishing part of it, to kind of catch you up with what's been going on in my life. So, my wife and I, in 2020, we had our first kid. And then in 2023, our second daughter was born, Lily. And so, things have been kind of crazy there. I had a lot of transitions in my professional life as well, a lot of changes that have gone on. We had a homestead for a long time. We actually raised all sorts of animals: sheep, pigs, chickens, ducks, quail. We had a whole bunch of stuff going. And in 2024, we decided that we were gonna make a change. We needed to change the scenery, kind of wanted to get out of Michigan. So we went on a 10-day, 14-day, I don't know, extended vacation. We toured a lot of states in the South and tried to find one that we felt was really gonna fit our needs. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to be able to expand the homestead, do a lot more gardening, kind of stuff like that. Kind of slower pace of life from what we're living up in Michigan. So we ended up in July of 2024, we moved down to Tennessee. So I am currently I live about an hour and a half east of Memphis. I live in the sticks, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, essentially on the Mississippi-Tennessee border. We're very, very far southwest Tennessee. So it is a different world. It was definitely a culture shock for me, especially. My wife kind of grew up bouncing around, so it wasn't as big of a change for her, as big of a deal for her. But for me, it was quite the shock. Outside of my stint in Ohio for going to school, I lived in Michigan my entire life. We knew we wanted to change, so we came down here and we gave it a go. We had our homestead for a while. We found that it was really tying us to our house. We couldn't really go anywhere for any period of time because the animals, which as it turns out was kind of something we really enjoyed doing, was doing some more traveling, being able to go, take a long weekend and go hike or go explore, go camping, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it really forced us to reevaluate kind of what we wanted out of life. And what we wanted was not really the homestead. It brought us a lot of grief, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. It wasn't bringing us a lot of joy, and when we sat down and really looked at it, we didn't really have good reasons for why we were doing it. And so in April of 2025, we sold all the animals. We had a liquidation sale on everything. And there was a lot of factors that kind of went into that timing and why everything had to go so quickly. But we ended up getting rid of all of our animals and really dove into camping and hiking during 2025, and we loved it. It was really something we enjoyed doing a lot. We're putting more of an emphasis on hiking and camping and fishing and hunting and all of the outdoor things. Hence, what's one of the reasons why this YouTube channel is coming back, because I want to be able to put more time and effort and emphasis on being in the outdoors, doing some fishing, and creating some content. Because I do enjoy the content part, making the content. So it's gonna be a different transition. Along the lines of all of that, I also came to the conclusion that I absolutely hate it down here. And against my wife's wishes, we will be moving back to Michigan, hopefully sometime in the spring here. That's the goal. We got some housing improvements we got to do, and we got to sell the house, obviously. So it'll kind of depend on what timing with that, but Lord willing, we will hopefully be moved back here sometime this spring, back up to God's country, the Mitten State, and be able to dive back in with both feet into all the things up there. So yeah, that's kind of a very, very quick synopsis of what's been going on in my life. So, but all right, we are actually gonna move on to a different spot and see if we can find a better spot to fish. Real quick while I'm walking, I wanted to show you guys. So this is the lake. I don't know if this is man-made. I would assume this is man-made. And then right here is the river. So it's kind of an interesting, you can see how muddy that water is. Everything in the south, when it rains, it stays muddy for forever. It's kind of crazy. But contrast that muddy water with this nice clear water over here, it's kind of crazy. So kind of a neat spot. All right, we're gonna try it out here. The audio is probably gonna be chalked, but this is all the wind is blowing this way up, kind of into this corner pocket here. So we're gonna go ahead and fish out here, see if we can catch something. One of the fun parts about filming out in Mother Nature is that she pretty much always decides to either make it rain or kick the wind up. So today we got the wind. So I was gonna retie, but on the other side of the road that I was fishing, there's all these trees and cover and stuff. So I've got just a weightless Senko here, which is my absolute favorite thing to throw. And I'm just gonna kind of toss it up in here and see if we can get something to bite up in here. It's a little shallower over here. So hopefully there's some fish in here enjoying the warmer waters. Well, that's not good. Work on my casts, man. You can tell I haven't been fishing much lately. On this little underspin with I think it's a willow blade. Yeah, willow blade, and then just a little fat-tailed swim bait. We're gonna try it out here. I don't know, it's probably pretty woody, so this might be a bad idea, but we'll give it a try. Maybe a little bit of flash will bring them in. It's so windy I can't even run my second camera right now because it keeps blowing over. One more cast in this pocket and then work on down the shoreline some more. Uh-oh. Should have known it'd be the last cast to get me in trouble. This is where the snakes are gonna be. Down this frickin' spot. Oh, that's super unfortunate. And it claims another one. y'all, so we made it back to the truck and we're hiding in here because it is very windy out there right now. Obviously no fish today. It's kind of how it goes sometimes. It's January, so the water's not exactly warm and fish aren't exactly moving a whole lot, but that's okay. It was great to be able to get back out and do some fishing, do some recording, some video making. Obviously I'm a little rusty at this, so bear with me as I'm kind of getting back into the swing of it, but you know, really looking forward to 2026. I think that we got some really cool things in the works for it. One small channel note that's not exactly small. We will be transitioning from Heart Attack Fishing to Heart Attack Adventures, or Heart Attack Outdoors. I'm not 100% sure. One of the two. Comment down below. Let me know what you think would be a better name for it. But like I was talking about earlier, we found in our lives that we were a lot happier. So when we transitioned more towards being outside and spending time camping and hiking and fishing and hunting and all the things. And so I want to take you guys along and showcase that more on this channel, more than just the fishing. There's still gonna be a lot of fishing. I love fishing and my family loves fishing, so that's still gonna be a big part of it. But there's gonna be a lot of other things too, and I'm super excited about that, especially with my young kids. You know, being able to get them out and experiencing the outdoors, I think is very, very important. So yeah, stay tuned for the upcoming channel name change that we're gonna have in the works. So if you're an old school subscriber from way back when, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. And if you're just new to the channel, please, you know, go down below, like, subscribe, do all the things. And I really hope to have a really awesome year for 2026. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.